Your brain is not broken. It is in survival mode, and that is why you cannot sleep at 2 a.m. If you just nodded, stay. In the next 10 minutes, I will prove it. If your brain never seems to switch off, if you replay conversations like a movie you cannot pause, if you have ever been exhausted from thinking, not from doing, you're not dramatic. You're not too sensitive. Today, we're not just talking about overthinking. We're breaking down what is really happening inside your brain, why you do it, where it comes from, and how to slowly take your power back. Here's my promise. Somewhere in these 15 facts, you will see yourself so clearly it might feel uncomfortable, but it will also feel relieving. If you already know you are an overthinker, comment mind racing right now. I want to see how many of us are here together. Fact number 1. Overthinking is not overintelligence. It is hyperactive threat detection. Neuroscience shows chronic overthinkers have heightened amygdala activity, your brain's alarm system. Its job? Detect danger. Keep you safe. The problem is not that it works. It is that it works too well. So when someone sends a short reply, your brain does not see neutrality. It sees possible rejection. When your boss says, "We need to talk," your mind jumps to worst-case scenarios in 0.3 seconds. Your brain is not trying to torture you. It is trying to keep you alive. But safety scanning all day long? That is exhausting. Be honest. How many times this week did your brain mistake uncertainty for danger? Comment false alarm if that hit home. Fact number 2. Overthinkers confuse preparation with control. You tell yourself, if I just think through every outcome, I will not be surprised. I will not be hurt. Psychology calls this the illusion of control. Rumination feels productive because it mimics problem solving. But research shows it rarely leads to action. It just loops. Preparation becomes paralysis. Here is what most people miss. Your brain is not avoiding failure. It is avoiding the feeling of failure. And that is a nervous system issue, not a logic problem. How many decisions have you delayed because you needed to be absolutely sure? Type analysis paralysis below and watch how many others feel the same. Fact number 3. Every time you replay a worst-case scenario, you are not just thinking. You are rewiring. Neuroscience 101. Neurons that fire together, wire together. The more you rehearse anxious thoughts, the stronger those neural pathways become. It is not weakness. It is basic brain biology. But here is the hope no one tells you. The brain wires in both directions. Every time you interrupt the loop, even for 10 seconds, you are building a new pathway. This is not about stopping thoughts. It is about changing your relationship with them. Fact number 4. Many overthinkers grew up in unpredictable environments. This is where it gets real. If you grew up around criticism, emotional volatility, or inconsistency, your brain adapted. You learned to read subtle cues, tone shifts, facial microexpressions, silence. Children in unpredictable homes become adults who anticipate reactions before they happen. Overthinking was not a flaw. It was a survival strategy. You learn to think 3 steps ahead to stay safe. If that resonates deeply, comment "Learn to survive." And know this. What kept you safe as a child does not have to run your life as an adult. Fact number 5. Overthinkers are often highly empathetic, but not in the way you think. Research on sensory processing sensitivity shows that some brains absorb more emotional data per second than others. You do not just hear words. You hear pauses. You feel energy shifts. You notice when someone's smile does not reach their eyes. That makes you perceptive, compassionate, deeply attuned. But more data equals more processing equals more mental exhaustion. This next fact is uncomfortable, but if you skip it, you will miss the key to breaking the cycle. Ready? Fact number 6. Overthinking drains your body, not just your mind. When you ruminate, your nervous system activates the stress response. Cortisol rises, muscles tense, heart rate subtly increases. Even if you're sitting still on the couch, your body is working overtime. This is why overthinkers feel tired without understanding why. You are not lazy. You are running mental simulations all day long. If you often feel mentally exhausted more than physically tired, type mentally drained. Fact number 7. Overthinkers replay social interactions like directors editing a film. Did I say too much? Did they seem annoyed? Was that awkward? Psychologists call this post-event processing, and social anxiety research shows it reinforces negative self-perception. But here is the irony most miss. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to replay you, which leads to fact number 8. Overthinking is tightly woven with perfectionism. Perfectionism is not about high standards. It is about fear of making mistakes. When your self-worth ties to performance, your brain overanalyzes every detail. Because mistakes do not feel like learning. They feel dangerous. If you struggle to start things because they have to be perfect, comment perfection trap. Fact number 9. Overthinkers experience decision fatigue faster than most. Your brain has limited cognitive energy each day. When you analyze every possible outcome, you deplete that energy by noon. Decision-making research shows too many options increase stress and reduce satisfaction. You do not lack intelligence. You have too many possibilities running at once. And fact number 10, this is powerful. Overthinking often hides unprocessed emotions. Neuroscience shows when emotions are not fully felt or expressed, the brain tries to think its way through them. But emotions are not logical problems. They are physiological experiences. Suppress sadness? It returns as rumination. Suppress anger? It returns as self-criticism. Overthinking can be emotion with no outlet. If there is one person in your life whose mind never rests at night, share this with them. Not with "you should watch this," but with "this made me think of you." No reply needed. Sometimes the most healing thing we can give someone is proof they are not alone. Go ahead, share now. I will wait. Fact number 11. Overthinkers often struggle to trust reassurance. Someone says, "It is fine," but your brain whispers, "Are you sure?" If you have been blindsided before, your nervous system remembers. Fact number 12. Nighttime makes overthinking worse. When distractions fade, your brain's default mode network activates, responsible for self-reflection and mental simulation. That is why thoughts get louder at 1 a.m. Silence amplifies what you have not processed. Be honest. How many of you do your deepest overthinking between midnight and 3 a.m.? Comment "night thinker." You are not alone. Fact number 13. Overthinking can strain relationships. Not because you care too much, but because constant analysis leads to misinterpretation. You assume rejection where there was none. You withdraw to protect yourself. Again, this is adaptation, not weakness. Fact number 14. Telling an overthinker to just relax does not work because you cannot logic your way out of a nervous system response. What does work? Slow breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Grounding exercises like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Thought labeling. I'm having the thought that I will fail. The goal is not to stop thoughts. It is to change your relationship with them. Which brings us to fact number 15, the most important one. Overthinking can change. Neuroplasticity proves the brain rewires with repeated new experiences. When you gently interrupt rumination, when you challenge catastrophic thoughts, when you allow yourself to feel emotions instead of analyzing them, you build new neural pathways. It is slow, but it is real. Now I want to ask you something deeper. Who would you be if your mind was quieter? How much energy would you have? How many risks would you take? How much more present would you feel with the people you love? I will wait while you imagine that version of yourself. That person already exists inside you. This video was just a reminder. And if you need to hear that again tomorrow, you know where to find me. If you saw yourself in at least 7 of these facts, comment "ready to change." Over 12,000 people typed those words on my last video. Will you join them? You're not broken. You're not dramatic. Your brain adapted to keep you safe. Now you get to teach it. I am safe enough to live fully. If this video helped you feel understood, please subscribe to the channel. We are building a community here of people who are learning to quiet their minds and live more fully, and I would be honored to have you here. I will see you in the next video. You're not alone.